You are now listening to the Q&E Podcast.
Is this what you want? Huh? Is this what you want? Well, come and get it, goddammit!
What's up, everybody? You're listening to the Q&E Podcast. Here with your boy Q Hicks right now. Got Edgar on the other line. Edgar, tell the people what's good.
What's up, everybody? Happy holidays. We are back with another episode of the Q&E Podcast. I don't know about y'all, but I'm full. I done had 3 days worth of leftovers, and I called it quits after that. I don't want nothing else till Christmas
for 3 days, bro. Y'all gotta chill after the couple of days. It's like, all right, bro.
You got Thanksgiving Day. You got Friday, Saturday, and Sunday.
Saturday, you pushing it. You're pushing it Saturday.
Anything after Sunday, I'm looking at you crazy. I'm like, okay, nah, bro. Nah.
Saturday, you pushing it, because on Friday, I wanted some Subway on Friday. I didn't even want nothing to eat.
No,
I
you
didn't want no turkey. Or no
your food must not have. Your food.
No,
must
that
not
shit
have
hit, my nigga. I don't want that shit every day. I don't want that because it's gonna be your breakfast, your lunch, and your dinner. I don't want that for all three of my meals. I don't want that. I want some type of variety in my meal.
I definitely do.
You just eating that shit the whole day. Like,
it's like I don't eat all that type of stuff on a daily basis. Like, I only really eat all that type of stuff once a year around this time of year, holidays, like dressing. I don't ever eat dressing any other time, but holidays.
Dressing is trash.
Whoa! What?
It's not a debate. Dressing is definitely trash.
No, this is a delicacy.
What?
It's a delicacy.
Is that not a popular opinion?
No, that's very unpopular.
Dressing is trash, bro.
No.
Dressing is definitely trash. What is good about dressing?
That's an unpopular opinion. It's very unpopular.
Dressing trash, bro. You can definitely throw that away. You don't need that.
No.
If you had a choice between collard greens, yams, dressing, and mac and cheese,
it all goes on the plate. What are you talking about?
No, man. You getting what's name up out of here, man.
No, all of that. Literally, all of that goes on the plate. I put all of that on my plate.
Out of there, man. It's too much on my plate.
Whatever meat I have.
It's too much on my plate, man. Get that out of here, man.
There's never too much.
Yes, it is. It's too much on my plate, man. I don't want that on my plate, man. Because then you got to throw the rice on there too. You're gonna have some rice, man.
Rice?
You have some rice on it. Yeah.
For what? What you got rice for?
Bro, rice with the mac and cheese and collard greens. You need rice.
Why you got rice next to your mac and cheese?
Well, what? Rice goes with the mac and cheese and collard greens. What are you eating?
Two starches right next to each other.
What are you talking about? That all goes together. So you like dressing with that, but not rice?
Yes. I'm not putting rice next to mac and cheese. You're
what?
You're a wild man.
What?
You like your rice next to your mac and cheese?
Next to I'm eating them together, yes. Are you somebody who doesn't like your food touching or something like that?
Well, you mix rice and mac and cheese?
Well, not mixed, but I eat them together, yes.
No.
So you don't eat them together. You're telling me you don't eat them together?
I'm a yams and mac and cheese type of dude. I can eat those two.
Kind of overrated too, but I tolerate yams. But I tolerate yams though. But I tolerate yams.
There's no tolerate.
Gotta get up out of it.
I'm
a sweet potato pie type of dude, man. Like yams, you kind of put that off. You know what I'm saying? I don't really like it when it's made like that.
Your food is not hidden.
Patty LaBelle, that's what I'm rocking with.
You like patty?
You don't like patty? You don't like patty?
We're not talking anymore. We're done.
We're going to have to start again tomorrow on this pod, because you're tripping if you don't like that Patty LaBelle.
You don't like dressing, but you like Patty LaBelle sweet potato pie?
What is wrong with Patty LaBelle? What? Have you never had a Patty LaBelle pie?
Terrible.
That shit is addicting. You're crazy.
Terrible.
That shit is addicting.
If Patty LaBelle wasn't on there, you wouldn't need it.
I used to get that shit every day.
If Patty LaBelle wasn't on there, you wouldn't need it.
Yes, I would. That shit is fire.
Oh,
bro, I eat that shit. It don't even have to be the holidays. I'm getting this shit every month. Damn near every week.
It's not good.
Yes,
it is. It's not. I mean, shouts out to Patty. You got a pie bag. I can't be
crazy, bro.
Get the bag by any means, but that pie is terrible.
That pie is great. Oh, that's an unpopular opinion. Very unpopular opinion by you.
It's very popular, actually.
That is trash?
I can make a poll. You always lose the polls. I can make a poll.
You sleep on Patty Pie.
All right, I'll make a poll later.
That's crazy.
Everybody that's watching right now.
You like dressing, but you don't like patty pie?
Everybody that's watching right now, if you have common sense, just comment.
Oh, if you have great taste buds. If you have taste buds, period, you like patty pie.
Dressing is a delicacy for Thanksgiving, and Patty LaBelle pies are disgusting. If you have common sense, you think both of those thoughts. I just want to put that out there.
So you telling me you eating dressing and not sweet potato pie from Patty LaBelle?
Yes. Next topic.
This nigga's a nut. This nigga's a nut, bro. I really want to move on because that's crazy. That's a crazy take, bro. That's a real crazy take, bro. Oh my. Let me move on. This is episode 99 of the Q&E podcast. We are one episode away from episode 100. If you've been listening from the beginning, bro, we definitely appreciate y'all through all the segments, through all the audio improvements, visual improvement. We definitely appreciate y'all.
Long way.
Came a long way. And even if this is your first time listening, bro, we definitely appreciate y'all too. And we have 5 segments for the Q&E podcast. We have the sports segment, 2 Wild Wednesdays, social media wants to know, the entertainment, and Pass the Ox. So definitely stay with us throughout this whole time. But let's start off with this NBA news. Breaking news. John Wall and Russell Westbrook were traded for each other. So now they're both. So Westbrook's in Washington and John Wall is in Houston right now, bro. How do you feel about this move? What is your first reaction to it?
Neither team is going to do anything. I wasn't excited when I read it. I was like, okay. Like,
that's what I'm saying. Like, it really did nothing for me. It did nothing for me. I bang with John Wall heavy.
Yeah, I do too. I rock with both of them, but I just looked at it. I was like, okay. Like,
yeah, like the Washington, y'all still scrapping to get in the playoffs.
All that happened was Russ is still going to have to scrap in the East to get to the playoffs with the Wizards, and John Wall will be with James Harden. I still think James Harden going to leave, but let's just say James Harden stays. Even if it's Harden and John Wall, they're still not going to do anything. They'll get to the playoffs, but nothing.
That's not even a good fit. Like John Wall and Harden?
Yeah,
Harden can't shoot either. Not Harden, but John Wall can't shoot either. So it's like it's still not somebody you put next to James Harden. You need somebody that can shoot next to James Harden. So it's just like it don't work. But I liked it for John Wall because he gets to play with Boogie. So if you trade Harden, he's playing with Boogie still. So at least he has somebody there to play with because Harden not staying there for that long. It's not.
And not to mention Bradley Beal and Russell Westbrook. That just sounds very ugly.
In the picture I seen on sports, and I was like, how long is this really going to last? Y'all think how long is this going to last before they hate each other? They're going to hate each other. They really are, bro. Both of them want the ball in their hands, and we just heard that Russ want to play with the ball in his hands more.
But, I mean, we know Bradley Beal can play off the ball, but he prefers to have the ball.
But we seen like the last couple of years, John Wall been hurt, and like that boy done got the feel of the rock now. Yeah,
exactly. So it's like he can do it, but will he do it now that he's grown accustomed to becoming the ball handler and the facilitator? So I just think it's going to be ugly. I don't think it's going to go well for either. They're not going to have high expectations. They need to have low expectations on both sides.
Do you see the Rockets still making the playoffs with this move? If Harden stays, I would say that.
If Harden stays, yup. If he leaves, no.
And what the Wizards? I think the Wizards gonna make the playoffs. I think it's better trade for the Wizards because you know what you're getting with Russell Westbrook more than John Wall. John Wall being hurt for 2 years, and he gonna be the same John Wall. Well, before he left, is he gonna be that same John Wall? You don't know right now. But Russell Westbrook, you know what you're gonna get on every night. That type of energy in the East with the Bradley Beal, with the Bertans, that should get you to the playoffs.
The only question is, will the chemistry work? That's the only question.
Exactly.
Because, like you said, we know what Russ got to offer, but will it gel? And if it does, how long will it take for it to gel?
I doubt it. I doubt it gels together, bro. I really doubt it, bro. Both sides. I doubt it. He's going to be asking for another trade literally in 3 months. Russell Westbrook is at least, bro. So I don't know, bro. But it's something we have to look at with James Harden, though. It's like, why does everybody want to leave you? After a year or two, It's like, man, everybody want to bounce. And I bang with James. But
because it's that ISO ball, bro. It's that ISO ball. I keep telling y'all, it's not going to work. It's not. This season, this season that just ended was the best season that they've had playing that small ball, ISO ball, and it still couldn't work.
That wasn't the best season. The best season was when old boy was there, when Chris Paul was there, and they damn near made it to the finals.
I feel like this season was more efficient for them. Offensive, all around, it might have been more efficient with Chris Paul, but if we're just talking offensively, I feel like it was more efficient with the way they were trying to score. I feel like this season was better for them.
I liked it more when CP was there because CP could shoot, and that's why it really was that type of style of play was elevated. You need somebody who can shoot next to James Harden. If you don't, bro, it's going to be hard. And we see why Westbrook was frustrated with that type of system because we know he ain't going to have the ball in his hands and he can't shoot. He can't spot up. it's like you don't want to. And it's going to be the same problems for John. So it's like, man. But Chris Paul was like, damn near the best fit you can have in that situation. Chris Paul was it, and he still wanted to bounce in a 2 to 3 years. So it's just like, damn, James.
Because I really think it was just that D'Antoni system of trying to do small ball in a league where that just will not win. Like, well, small ball can win, but ISO with small ball, that's not going to win. It's not going to get you a championship. Clearly, it's not even going to get you to the championship, let alone win it.
But you got a new coach, though. So is this coach going to change something at least?
Yeah, I feel like you have to. You have to change the entire system.
But how the coach was talking, I think he said he still want to do small ball. He still want to do James Harden do his thing.
That ISO jump,
how it's going to happen.
You could do small ball, but that ISO jump got to get out of here. Y'all have to change the entire way y'all offensive scheme was. Like, y'all have to change that entire strategy.
Man.
Because if it's the same thing,
and I'll say it again.
If it's the same thing, we're gonna see what we seen. They'll get to the playoffs. They might win a round, and then they're going home.
I said it before, and I'll say it again, bro. Everybody ain't meant to win the championship, bro.
Right.
But James Harden putting up damn near 40 points a game. So I ain't changing shit if I'm James Harden. Coach, if you trying to change some shit, I still ain't listening to what the fuck you got to say.
Okay, but it's like,
you got a problem with it.
At some point, it's like, do you want to keep getting 40 points per game and get all the accolades of scoring that you'll have for your career? Or do you want to try for one season, just try to be a team player and not worry about the points?
It's too late for that, bro. It's too late. It's too late.
I don't think it's not for one season. Like, to ask him to do this for multiple seasons, yeah, but trying for one season and do a trial run season. Because we know y'all not going to the championship this year. So let this be the trial season that you say we can try something new. Let this be the season.
Let's put it in a hypothetical world. He goes to the Nets with Kyrie and KD, and you telling him, my boy, to get off the ball, Harden to get off the ball. Are you telling me that he's going to listen to what he has to say? And he's going to be back with Mike D'Antoni. He's going to be back with Mike D'Antoni.
If he goes to the Nets, they're automatically going to go to the They should automatically go to the finals, no matter how they play.
But is he going to change his style of play?
You kind of have to a little bit because you have KD. So to some extent, you wouldn't have to drastically change it like where you're at in Houston right now. But if you go to the Nets, you got to change it a little bit to incorporate KD better.
I still don't see it working. I know the rumors are still going on with the Harden to Nets, but I still can't see it working with KD and Kyrie.
Oh no, it's not. Kyrie would have to be traded.
Your talent level definitely should get you to the finals alone. Your talent level, duh. But it's just that can't gel. We talking about Bill and Westbrook. You put all three of them together? Oh hell no, bro. I can't see it, bro. I can't see it. And I'm gonna stay on the train of the Heat until I'm proven wrong. I'm gonna stay on the Heat train.
For Harden going to the Heat?
Harden going to the Heat. I'm gonna stay on the train until I'm proven wrong, bro.
It ain't that far out there.
It's not, because it's not really that many landing spots for Harden either.
Well, what about Philly? Didn't you say Philly too?
Philly, I said Philly or Miami. Those are my those are my best two spots for him. Because I don't like the Nets.
I agreed with you with Philly. I like the Heat one too, but I definitely agreed with you when you had brought up Philly.
But this is my thing with the Philly trades that I've been seeing, bro, because we talked about it before. It looks like the trade that Houston wants is that they want Ben Simmons for Harden. But I'm like, no, I want Harden to play with Ben Simmons. I don't want it to be Harden and Embiid. I want it to be Harden and Simmons. But it looks like Houston wants Simmons. So Harden and Embiid on the same team. So it's going to be somebody clogging up the paint. Do you like that for Harden?
I ain't really mad that Houston is trying in that situation.
I'm not mad at Houston, but I'm saying is that what you want for if you're Philly?
Yeah, because if you put Ben Simmons with John Wall, I feel like that could work very well.
You think that could work?
Mm-hmm. It wouldn't turn Ben Simmons automatically to a shooter, but it'll put him in a lot more situations where he gets more open looks, mid-range at least. I don't know about threes and all and long-range jumpers, but mid-range and back to the basket, like how we were saying, you would have to change his game to play. I feel like playing with John Wall, the attraction of John Wall will be so big that he would have to kind of be open at times, at least the way I see it.
And that's what Ben Simmons really needs. He needs a point guard, especially on this team that he's on now with Philly. He needs somebody that's really going to run the point guard position.
And I
don't know if it's gonna be not Tyrese Maxey, but is his first name Tyrese? Tyrese Maxey. Yeah, I think they drafted Maxey in the first round. I think Maxey is going to play a huge part for that team because I think he can play the point while Ben Simmons plays off the ball or whatever, and you can feed Embiid moving forward. But I really like Maxey for the 76ers, bro. And it's something else I wanted to say. Oh, who won this trade? The Houston Strippers, my G. Houston Strippers won this trade.
Where did you get that name?
Huh? What you mean? Because they stay in strip clubs. I'm talking about Harden and John Wall. Those are strip club legends. They finna stay in the strip club. The Houston Strippers, boy, finna go crazy.
I'm thinking it's a way deeper meaning than that. And it was very plain and very simple. I thought you had a whole backstory to that. I was like, the Houston Strippers. I was like, I got to figure out why he said it.
No, I meant like the actual Houston strippers that are in the strip club. That's what I meant. Those are the people that really won the trade because those two dudes in the Houston finna be crazy.
Yeah, Harden definitely be sliding.
Yeah, John Wall
he be with Harden be with Lil Baby in them all the time, so I know they be in there.
Isn't his jersey really in the Raptors in the strip club? I think it is.
Think so. Yeah.
Like, bro, he's a legend.
Goat status.
Strip club legend, bro.
Goat status. Shout out to Lou Will going to Magic City.
Shout out to Lou Will. The
Magic City Wings.
Yeah.
They need to get my boy a deal at this point. He put him on the map.
He don't got a deal yet? I'm pretty sure he got a deal, no?
If he do, I just ain't remember. But if he doesn't, he needs one.
All right, bro. Let's move on to some more basketball news, bro. We got LIANGELO Ball signing with the Detroit Pistons on a 1-year non-guaranteed deal. I remember I said this before at Eggert, bro. You tried to combat it a little bit. I said LAVAR is a genius. LAVAR is a genius for everything that he's tried to do. But when I said this, he only had one son in the NBA, so it looked a little bleak. But now he has all three. He tried to get the shoe deal popping. It's something like that. He tried to innovate. It all didn't come to fruition, but he tried it nonetheless. And at the end of the day, all three of his sons did end up getting to the NBA. So I would end up saying, bro, LAVAR is a genius, bro. LAVAR is a basketball genius.
He's not a genius. He's had his clever moments, and I applaud him for going above and beyond to make sure all his kids get in the league. Like, even with the crazy antics that especially me, being one of the people who criticized so much, the pressure he put on his kids, like just the way he went about things. I know we've criticized that a lot, but I can't call him genius because there's been a lot of situations that he said was going to happen, and 99% of the time.
But it all worked out is what happened. Because everybody was questioning his moves. Like, why are you sending your son to Lithuania? Why are you taking
I wasn't questioning that. I didn't question him sending them.
It was a lot of questions that came from that, bro.
Because I knew why he sent them overseas, to get that professional experience, so that way he didn't have to go through the college system and have a better chance of just going straight to the league. Like, I understood that point. So I wasn't mad that he did that. But just the fact that he said all three of his sons were going to play for this team, like he tried to map out exactly how their careers was going to go. So that's why I just can't call you a genius now, because they all in the league. That's like me trying to give a prediction and it happens 10% of the way I said it was going to happen. I'm like, see, I told you, like, no, it's not.
It happened, though. I didn't take that too seriously, the Sun thing. And nobody really took that too seriously, that everybody was going to be playing for the Lakers and shit like that. We knew for the most part that it really wasn't going to happen.
Right.
But we knew all of his sons did have a chance to at least get to the NBA, and that did happen. Even though throughout all the questions of why he was taking LaMelo out of high school to go overseas, like, that was a big issue for a lot of people, and a lot of people criticized that. But we see that overseas experience really helped LaMelo get to this point and be a top 3 pick in the NBA.
Right.
And taking LIANGELO out of UCLA and putting him overseas ended up getting him a deal. And this jump really felt like out of the blue. I don't even know if he was working out for teams or what, but he
definitely been working out. Dude, big. Like, you see that picture that they posted him? I was like, bro, he was not this big like a year or two ago.
But I'm saying, like, working out for teams, like literally working out for teams, though. That's
for teams.
That's what I meant. Like, was he actually working out for teams, like, recently? Like, that's why I said his deal felt like it came out of nowhere.
I doubt it. I really do feel like it came out of nowhere. I don't think he worked out for teams individually, but he probably did have a lot of workout tape that he just maybe sent to teams, or just had whatever overseas teams like put out publicly for him and stuff like that. So I don't feel like he like hit up any particular NBA team and was like, this is my film. I don't feel like he did that.
Yeah. And you know,
so we would have heard about it by now. We would have heard about it way before this.
And you know whose take I'm really interested to hear tomorrow, bro?
Who?
Is Skip and damn Colin Cowherd, because them probably his two biggest haters. And they finna be looking mad with the stuck face tomorrow, bro. For real, bro. All three of them got there, and with all his antics too.
I don't think Skip really be hating. Skip just be having a lot of questions. Colin be hating. Skip
I'm about to say one of them be hating. One of them definitely be hating.
Skip don't really be hating. He's so concerned about the pressure he always puts on all of them.
But he don't back off though. He ain't like he used to be.
Oh yeah, he ain't like he used to be.
He ain't what he used to be. Yeah.
But that's what Skip's take was a lot. He was like, "Are you sure it's okay to be saying your son is better than Steph Curry?" Like, and Steph hears this and he's responding to it. Like, are you sure it's okay to do that to your kids? Like, and they're not even 21, 22, 23 yet. Like, so it's. I see what Skip was saying. He don't really be hating on LeVar, though. He just be trying to make sure he look out for the players. But Colin be hating. I ain't gonna lie.
And all three of them got there? Oh, boy.
Colin probably gonna come out.
Do you think he's gonna go back to the old LeVar? Because I think he's still gonna be chill, though.
Yeah,
I don't think
he's gonna be chill.
I think he's still gonna be chill. Like, he ain't going back to what he used to be.
The mission has been accomplished. It's no reason to be crazy. Plus, none of them, I think Jello is probably still under the BBB, Big Baller Brand thing, but I know Lonzo not, and I think Melo, I don't think he under the brand no more either, but I think LIANGELO, he might still be under it.
I don't even know if that's still a thing. Is that still a thing?
Yeah, like they're not under your brand no more. They got their own thing. They all in the league now. Like you prophesized, just chill. You ain't got no reason to be acting crazy no more.
Man, that happened, bro. So congratulations to all three of them. Man, that's gonna be an event. But they aren't the first three brothers to get into the NBA. Always remember the Holiday brothers was first. Yeah, with Drew, Justin, and Aaron. Always remember those were the first three to get into the NBA.
So recently everybody paid attention to the Antetokounmpo brothers.
Antetokounmpo brothers too. Yep. The Zeller brothers was all in the NBA at one point.
I forgot about them.
The Plumlee brothers. It's a lot of big.
I forgot about the Plumlee brothers.
The Plumlee brothers, and I'm kind of probably blanking on another one too. But
it ain't too many, so that's why it'd be hard to remember because it ain't too many of them.
Yeah. So shout out to all of them, bro. Oh yeah, especially the families, bro. The families getting all the kids to that point, man. Congratulations to all of them. All right, bro. I think that's everything I have for the NBA, so we can move on to the NFL.
It was one more thing I wanted to point out. Right. Did LeBron James take a pay cut with this contract that he signed?
I thought the same thing, bro. I'm like, LeBron could be making way more than this.
If he took a pay cut,
I don't think he took a pay cut, though.
Yeah, I'm just saying, if he did, I'm keeping my eyes open because Bron don't just take pay cuts for no reason. So
hold on, why are you keeping your eyes open? You talking about eyes open for, like, Giannis? Because I've been hearing a lot of Giannis to LA type shit.
I'm just saying a name. I don't know what name, but a name. I feel like we're going to see. If Bron take a pay cut, we don't know if it's true or not. But if he did take a pay cut, I'm expecting a big name, one more big name to come to LA.
Yeah, because me and my pops talking about that earlier. Like, we was like, Bron could be making like 50 a year. I don't know why he taking anything less. Because I think they said Lillard is the highest paid player right now because he makes $44 million a year. And LeBron will be making 42.5 or something like that. So I'm like, damn, he could have taken a pay cut. But you got AD to worry about too. You got other people on the team.
His contract ain't been announced yet either. So.
Exactly. So he's still trying to get his bread too. So that's probably it. If he did take a pay cut, that's probably why, to keep AD and make sure AD get his money. That shit, LeBron is set. AD really ain't caught that second big payday yet. All right, bro. Let's move on to anything else.
Nope. For NBA, that was it.
And when is Space Jam coming out? I seen a preview for that other day.
I honestly don't know. It's a lot of movies. The world's still crazy right now. I feel like Bron. I knew it wasn't gonna drop this year, but I feel like Bron was probably gonna try to at least drop a trailer or something this year to hype us up for 2021. But the fact that ain't no trailers even dropped yet, I feel like they just had to do like a lot of other films and just stop a lot of stuff recently. So we'll get it whenever we get it, because Bron do be posting stuff on his Instagram story, like showing signs of Space Jam 2 and coming soon and all that. So we'll probably get it around the beginning of 2021. At least a promo anyway.
All right, bro. Let's move on to the NFL, bro. First game of the week. Chiefs versus Bucks. We're not even gonna dive into the Bucks again because we talked about the Bucks last week. The same old Brady Wash type shit. All right. Are the Chiefs? Do you have anything to say on this topic? on the Bucks, what you've been seeing?
I tweeted it, and I still feel this way. It's time to press the panic button in Tampa Bay.
What did you mean by that?
It's time to panic. We are not Super Bowl bound. We are not. I don't even see us favorites for the NFC to make it to the Super Bowl. We have a chance still, but I do not have confidence to sit here and say, this is how you know I'm a true Bucs fan. I'm not one of them Bucs fans that's just delusional as hell.
I don't like when you say that, bro. I don't like when you say that. Because this team is a team that should be doing way better than what they're doing.
That's what I'm saying.
So if you even said if the Bucs will go 12-4 this year, that's not delusional to say the Bucs should have went 12-4 this year. That's not delusional.
I said they should have went 11-5. They're not gonna go 11-5. They'll probably go 10-6 or 9-7 at this point, the way that they playing, unless they just run the table for the rest of the season, which I don't see happening. But I honestly feel like this season, specifically this season, I'm not counting Brady entire time with the Bucs, but for this season specifically, it's Super Bowl or bust. Like, it's make it to the Super Bowl or bust. I don't care if we go 15-1, 14-2, 13-3, and so on and so forth. Whatever our record is, once we get to the playoffs, we have no excuse to not make it to the Super Bowl. And right now, like I sounded at the beginning of the season, we're not the favorites to make it to the Super Bowl anymore out the NFC, which is not. We're one of the top 4 or 5 teams still, but other than that, I can't give us too much pat on the back. Brady looking old, Father Time creeping up on him. He can still do something, but you definitely see age catching up. And then everybody else has got to step up. Receivers got to stop getting jammed up. Mike Evans, I done put a lot of clout on your name, boy.
You did.
You've been getting jammed up about 4 weeks in a row. I can't even defend that. The defense still up there as far as what we.
They're not as good. They're not as dominant as they used to be, though. They're not as.
The last 2-3 weeks, it's been a lot of question marks, but I still got faith in our defense. But Brady and our receivers and our offensive strategy, we got to figure out a lot of question marks before the playoffs get here.
Yeah, bro, definitely. Damn, I meant to ask you something. But yeah, bro, it's a whole lot of shit going on with the Bucs, right? I really can't call it. But with every pick that man Brady throws, y'all are regretting letting go of that.
No, we're not. No, we're not. I don't even know. I don't know who you're talking about.
But no, real shit here. Because y'all 7-5 right now. Y'all 7-5. If Jameis Winston was on this team, new odd Jameis was on this team, what would be your record right now?
Probably 7-5.
Okay. That's all I wanted you to say. That's all I wanted to hear. That's all I wanted to hear, though.
Either 7-5, maybe 6-4 at the worst. Not 6-4, but you know what I mean. Shit.
So Jameis Winston would have been the same type of quarterback, is what you're saying?
Not the same type of quarterback. We have the same type of record. See, this is what you're doing. You trying to trip me up. We would either be 6-6 right now or 7-5. That's the only way I can see. That's the only way I can say it. Talent wise, no, I don't miss this man. Like, no. But record wise,
Brady is doing Jameis like things, is he not? With all these picks, dumbass picks too. Dumbass picks. A lot of picks. Oh my goodness. This shit got me so mad on
I don't even know who this guy is that you're talking about. I don't know. I don't know who he I don't know who
this
your
man
name
gave
is.
you 5 years of his life. This man gave you 5 years of his life.
Ooh, I don't know. I don't know who you're talking about. Really.
This man flaw. But look, on Sunday, bro, during the broadcast, Romo was getting me so tight, bro, because dude kept giving Brady excuses.
Yeah, he did.
Oh, my God. Oh, no. That's the receiver's fault. The receiver got to do this. Like, y'all wasn't giving Jameis Winston all these excuses. If Jameis threw a pick, it was Jameis' fault. But when it's Brady throwing a pick, it's, oh, no, the receiver got to do this, or the tight end got to do this. I'm like, damn. Y'all niggas wasn't doing this last year. That shit was crazy when I was listening.
I really agree, because it's like you got to hold every player accountable. And Brady is that type of player. Like,
exactly.
I made some dumbass throws. Like, I made some stupid behind interceptions. Like, you know what I'm saying? So Brady doesn't like giving himself excuses. So I don't know why we do that to him. He's definitely he's the great leader who will hold himself accountable. That's why we see him on the sideline so pissed off. Like, if he throws an interception, he's just as pissed as us. Like, how the hell could I do that? Like, and he's the first one to grab the board and watch the play over again. So I know the O-line is kind of shitty right now, but Brady,
y'all center retired because of career-ending injury for your center. Forgot his name.
So it's I forgot his name too. It'd be hard to remember his name because it sounds so weird. But Shippy. Something like that. But O-line is trash right now, but still we gotta do what it do and just get it done. And we gotta go back to our run game. Like Ronald Jones definitely needs more touches. Leonard Fournette, he needs to get in a lot more as well. I feel like we need to go back to that run game because about 3-4 weeks ago, when Ronald Jones was getting hella touches, we definitely had a better chance to win games, or we were winning games.
Yeah. Because like I said, during the Carolina game, Ronald Jones went crazy. Brady was still throwing picks in that Carolina game, but y'all still blew out the Panthers because of the running game. And it's funny because the coach, Arians, says it every week, like, okay, we're going to get Ronald Jones more involved. We're going to get Ronald Jones more involved. And it doesn't happen. It doesn't happen, bro. You seen what happened on Sunday when he got the ball, how explosive he can be when you just get the ball in his hands. So get this man some more touches, bro. Come on. Everything was a deep pass, felt like on Sunday. It's like, man, where's your creativity? Where are the posts, the ends, the comebacks?
Where's the screens?
Bruh.
Something like
everything felt like it was a fly. Brady was throwing everything deep. I'm like, God damn, my G. We talked about it more last week. I don't know what you want to say is the bigger excuse, the coach or Brady. Who would you blame more?
Ain't nobody I can really blame more right now. It's total blame all around. Brady got to play better. Receivers got to play better. Offensive coordinators, we got to do a better job at incorporating the run game again. And defense, just hold as strong as y'all can because y'all keeping us in games, but we just not scoring.
Yeah. And it's crazy because they only held them to 27 because at first I thought that game was finna be a rout. Tyreek Hill was going crazy.
200 yards in the first quarter. Not first half, the first quarter.
Bruh. That man was going crazy. I thought y'all was going to get blown out by 40.
I'm glad I was at work, boy. Oh, my God. I was
Carlton Davis, bro. I didn't like how y'all was doing, my man. Leaving him out on an island. That shit was crazy, bro. You can't leave nobody on the island with that man, bro. And let's move on to the Chiefs, bro. Are they the favorites in the AFC above the Steelers?
For majority of the season, I did have them as the number one favorite just because they the reigning champs and they only got one L. But right now, I would have to say the Steelers. The Steelers have taken, over the past 2 weeks, the Steelers have taken that number one spot in the AFC to make it to the Super Bowl.
I would say the Chiefs, bro, just off Patrick Mahomes alone. Who do I trust more? Patrick Mahomes or Ben Roethlisberger? I'm going to say Patrick Mahomes, bro, because I know he can pull you out of a hole. He going to put the foot on your neck when he need to put the foot on your neck, and he can just pull you out of anything. So I'm going to say Patrick Mahomes, and I would say the Chiefs are the favorites, bro, because of his abilities alone.
I mean, I don't question that. I definitely do believe Patrick Mahomes will be the overlying factor on who will get the edge in the game. But I honestly feel like we're seeing something special with the Steelers. And like I said before, it's just there's no hype around this team at all. This is the least hype, undefeated or doing well team I have ever seen. Like
somebody had said it today. Somebody had said it today on Twitter. Somebody was like, they might be the least hype because they're the what did they say? They might be the worst 11-0 team or something like that. That's probably why they're the least hyped. Because they're probably the worst 11-0 team.
I can't say that.
They've been getting by a lot of these games where you're like, ooh, that was an ugly dub. That was an ugly dub for an 11-0 undefeated team.
It's a dub regardless.
It's a dub. But are you the worst undefeated team if you go undefeated?
I see it is in the NFL, it just really doesn't matter how ugly the wins are. If you are undefeated this late in the season, I feel like you need the hype. You deserve the hype at that point.
Like today, for example, this should have been an easy win for the Steelers, but they in a dogfight with the Ravens.
But
mostly because of their offense without Lamar Jackson, and RG3 didn't throw the ball at all. They didn't throw the ball at all, bro. So why are you in a dogfight with the damn Ravens when they missing like 10 to 12 starters?
Them division games, will bring out the weirdest shit. I promise you. Like
I agree with that, bro, but it's something about that makes you question them.
Like you said, they missing all these starters, and it should be a clear, easy win on a Wednesday afternoon. It should be a clear, easy win. But instead, it was a divisional tough game like it always is. That's what I always say. I never overlook them divisional games because it could be a clear as day, one team advantage, and it'll be a dog fight like you never seen it.
Yeah. But I'm going to say this, though, bro. The Ravens, they could have won that damn game today. The Ravens real deal could have won that game today, bro, because it was something at the end of the first half. They really scored a touchdown, but they didn't review the touchdown, and they were stopped at the one, and all that bullshit happened at the end of the first half. They could have won this game. RG3 could have beat the undefeated Steelers. That shit was crazy. And he didn't throw the ball at all. Shit was blowing my mind.
That's the shit that blew me. I'm like, damn, do y'all just not trust him? Like,
bro, that nigga was running everything, bro. Either he was getting sacked, he was throwing it to the running back, or he was running. It was only those three, bro. That shit was hilarious, bro. But yeah, that was some hell going on with that game. But let's move on to the Seahawks versus the Eagles, man. I'm not even going to talk about Wentz. We already know about Wentz. He should be benched. We already talked about it before. But let's talk about the coach. We really haven't talked about the coach at all this season, but that's really been the name in talks this week. How you feel about Doug Pederson? Is he on the hot seat?
Doug need to get swept under the rug. That's all I'm going to say.
That boy
need to be out of here. need to be out. Sweep him under the rug, roll the rug up, throw it in the dumpster. Need to be out of here.
That easy? So you saying this season is more on Pederson than Wentz?
I feel like this season is more on Wentz, but this is inexcusable what we're seeing from Doug Pederson. I feel like there should have been a change at quarterback by now. I said this. I said this a couple weeks ago. I said Jalen Hurts might as well just start for the rest of the season. If this is all we're going to see from Carson Wentz, Jalen Hurts might as well start. The fact that change has not been made, the fact that they're losing games that they actually have a fight in, and they're just keep shooting themselves in the foot.
It's crazy.
Like, at some point, Doug Pederson has to get some blame. And the past couple of seasons, is ever since that Super Bowl win, it's like they've been on a downward slope ever since. So I feel like it's time for a coaching change at this point. I don't know if it'll be after this season or maybe giving him one more season, but come 2022, he will not be the head coach. I'll give him maybe one more year.
You got to do the quarterback change first. You got to show me what you can do with damn Hurts first before you leave. At least show me what you can do with Hurts.
Yeah, that's why I said I'll give him one more. At most, I'll give him one more year. If they fired him this year, I wouldn't be surprised, but I'll probably give him one more year to have Hurts start, and let's see what you do with that.
But and somebody had brought up this point. The way he's utilizing Hurts is just weird because he throws him in for one play. He really ain't doing nothing when he's in there. He probably throwing it or something like that, and then he gets taken right back out of the game. It's like you're not really gaining any experience just off that one play alone. And somebody had brought up this point. There was like maybe somebody from above Pederson, so the GM or the owner is telling Pederson that you need to play Jalen Hurts. Carson Wentz ain't getting it done, but you need to play Jalen Hurts. But he wants to throw Jalen Hurts out there for that one play and tell the owner, tell the GM, see, I played him, but he really wants to stick with Wentz. He really doesn't want to go with Jalen Hurts. He's only playing Hurts because somebody above him is telling him that you need to play Hurts because Wentz is struggling like he's struggling. But he really doesn't want to go with Hurts right now, bro. You can tell it's a struggle for him. It's a real struggle for him right now.
I feel like with Carson Wentz early in his career, what was it? It was injuries. So, yeah, a lot of injury-prone situations with Carson Wentz. Now, injuries aren't a problem. Now it's just the fact that you suck. Like you're not good right now. You're underachieving in very miserable fashion at this point, and all signs point to you needing to be benched. So for Doug Pederson, I don't care how much you want to start him. If you want to keep your job and if you want to have a better chance of winning football games, you got to put Jalen Hurts in.
And my biggest question from this is, how much does a Super Bowl ring, how much time does it buy you? Does it only buy you 3 years? That shit feels kind of quick to me.
But
3 years after the Super Bowl win is crazy.
It depends on how hard your downward slope is, and it depends on when your slope even begins. Like their downward slope literally started right after they won the Super Bowl, the next season after. Like, you
seen they made the playoffs after that.
They made the playoffs. They made the playoffs, but it was like, you see, this is nothing like the team that just won a ring. Like, it's nothing like that team. And then the year after that, it was like, okay, this is definitely not going in the right direction. And now here we are.
Mm-hmm. I feel like you still should be able to eat, especially when your franchise never won a Super Bowl before me. But when I got here, you win a Super Bowl, and I can only eat off a Super Bowl for 3 years. That's it. That just feels quick, bro. So I would give him one more year. Hopefully we see what Hurts can do. And if Hurts don't do nothing at the end of the season, go back with Carson and see if Carson can just get his mind right, come back with some new weapons or something. Start a rebuild. I don't know what to do with this Eagles franchise because they're in a weird position. They're not old, but they're not young. So it's just like, where do you really go from here? Do you want to start a whole rebuild now and move on from Carson? Or do you want to keep moving on with this team?
I wouldn't start a whole rebuild. Trying to get some free agency moves. I definitely try and do that. Right now with their cap space, it's kind of hard to really do any type of big trades because of all the money put into Carson Wentz. Mm-hmm. And he's a free agent, 2025?
Yeah, he's signed. He ain't going. I
don't think they got any money to even really play with until like 2023. So I don't know how they would handle that situation. It would just really have to be some
draft well.
You'll have to draft well. And some free agency stuff will just have to happen. You can't do no big trades.
Yeah, bro. But I would give him one more year. Like I said, you got to be able to eat off a Super Bowl for more than 3 years, bro. It just don't feel right to eat off a Super Bowl for 3 years, bro. It just don't feel right. All right, Brian. I want to talk about DK a little bit. DK showed his ass on Monday. Didn't they say the defensive coordinator for the Eagles had said something to him that got him hot?
Yeah, because I said it weeks ago, and then a lot of other people started saying it, like this Megatron comparison.
We still don't believe it.
You don't believe it.
We still don't believe it. Go ahead.
The defensive coordinator for the Eagles, he was basically saying, look, he can get to that level, but I've seen Megatron play. He's not that right now. Like, that's not what DK is right now. And DK said he put the Jordan thing. I took that personally.
But what's funny is I didn't see anything wrong with the coach's comment. Like, he didn't. What he said wasn't wrong.
It wasn't really nothing wrong with it. But I mean, as a player, like, you probably sitting there like DK probably had that moment like, I know I'm that nigga. Like, you're not gonna try me like that. Like, I definitely am like that right now. So I listen to what you said. Watch how I get this dub. 177 yards, 10 receptions.
He showed his ass, though. He showed his ass. But I seen more comparisons to Calvin Johnson. It's just like, I can't give it to him. I cannot give it to him, bro.
At some point in time, with certain sports and with certain athletes, we got to be willing to go with the times and realize some of these players are giving us reminiscent. This is what I meant to
bring up. This is why I want to talk about DK. Because y'all niggas tagged me in something on Facebook with the stats or whatever. And that's when I was like, numbers definitely lie, bro. No, just because those numbers are comparable don't mean anything, my nigga. They don't mean anything. DK is playing with Russell Wilson, top quarterback in the league. My nigga Calvin Johnson was playing with some trash his first couple of years. Don't forget, and don't act like Matt Stafford was an elite quarterback. He was good, but he wasn't elite. Like, Calvin Johnson made Matt Stafford. I would say that.
He's always been a deep ball thrower. What are you talking about? And that's how Calvin Johnson always ate, off of deep balls.
All I'm saying is Calvin Johnson made Matt Stafford. Matt Stafford isn't talking about nearly as enough without Calvin Johnson.
That is true, but we're not going to act like Matt Stafford's main contribution to Calvin Johnson wasn't his strong suit in the first place. The same strong suit that Matt Stafford has now, that strong arm, deep ball ability, he's had that since he's gotten into the league. It just so happens that a lot of the throws – what?
I said it's work, but it's not Russell Wilson, bro.
I know it's not Russell Wilson, but it's like shit. Like, Calvin Johnson mainly ate off of deep balls, and you really got Matt Stafford. That's his strong suit. So it went hand to hand.
Matt Stafford was good, but I'm talking about the first couple of years. That's what that was on the comparison. It was the first couple of years. First couple of years he did have Matt Stafford
within the first 2 or 3 seasons.
Yeah, first 2 seasons because this DK's second year.
Yeah.
Second year. Yeah, DK's second year. So first 27 games. That's what it was. First 27 games, and they had the numbers were comparable or whatever. But his first 27 games, he was playing with John Kitna, an old Dante Culpepper, and shit like that. So you basing their stats off playing with him or playing with them, and then playing with Russell Wilson. It's just like it don't work like that. That's why I said numbers lie. Numbers lie in that case, bro. Numbers lie.
You still got to make it happen. Plus, DK is a better route runner. Like I'm gonna just tell you that right now. He's a better route runner. And he can
Calvin
catch
Johnson
the ball.
didn't run routes because he was just gonna go up over you.
But that's what I'm saying. I feel like that's what still makes this season impressive for DK because he can run the dig routes and still get you 15 plus yards off of the 15 that he already got off the dig. He can do a slant route and turn it into 20 yards as opposed to 5 or 10. He can make catches. He can make his yards after catch way more meaningful, just like how Calvin Johnson made the deep ball 50 or 60 yards. He can make that meaningful. So
I will say,
I feel like it's the same.
I don't know what it was about Calvin Johnson, but it was some different natural shit
and that's what we're seeing now, bro.
DK does not have. DK was built in a lab. DK was built in a lab. That shit Calvin Johnson had was just some natural shit. And it's something that I can't even tell you what it was. But it's just watching him. His aura was just different, bro.
It's like that with DK, bro.
I haven't felt that yet, bro. I haven't felt that. DK definitely top 3 receiver in the league, but I haven't felt a Calvin Johnson type of aura around him.
The nostalgia is keeping you from feeling it, bro. I promise you the nostalgia is keeping you from feeling it. You just don't want the day to come when somebody is actually on par or damn near gets better than Calvin Johnson. You're just not ready for that.
That ain't going
You got him in your top 2. So all receivers all time. That's why you don't want to see it happen. I'm being unbiased. You're being very biased.
Oh, nah, bro. I'm still sticking with what I said. Putting up days like he did.
4-5 weeks. I said it 4-5 weeks ago, and I say it again today. DK the best receiver in the league.
I'm telling you,
everybody's just not getting on the train.
I'm not gonna hop on that best. Like I said, top 3. I'll definitely rob a top 3. But I'm gonna tell y'all this: Tyreek Hill. I've been saying D-Hop for all this time, but Tyreek Hill is the best wide receiver in the league. Is the best wide receiver in the league. And I said this before the season. I said he was top 5 before the season. I had went on the Dead End Hip Hop podcast, and I said it. I said he top 5. Niggas was looking at me crazy. They said Tyreek top 5, and we seeing what he doing right now, bro. And it just isn't his speed, bro. He can give you any route you need. He's just known for getting deep because of his speed. But he can give you a dig.
But it's also his speed. Whatever. It's his
but
speed.
His speed is his main component. But he can run every route though.
But I'm saying it's his speed that enables him to run any route. He can run a slant quicker than anybody. He can run a go route quicker than anybody. The way he can cut and the way he can torque his body allows him to do dig routes and post routes way better than anybody else.
Yeah. Football is all about speed. Speed is going to kill on football regardless. So that's definitely your biggest asset. But he can still run every route in the route tree. I don't want him to be labeled as just a deep route runner when that's just not what he is. He definitely does way more than that. You feel what I'm saying? And that's something I wanted to talk about because I remember comparing him and Michael Thomas. And I was like, Michael Thomas doesn't really run everything in the route tree. Michael Thomas runs a slant, he run a deep post, he run it in, he run it out. It ain't really too much to the route tree. When Tyreek Hill give you way more than that, way more variety when it comes to the route tree. That's why I always go with him.
He can do jet sweeps. He can do all that.
Whatever you want. He can be a running back if you want to be a running back. He can be a wide receiver and an elite wide receiver. Because isn't he leading the league in receptions? Receiving yards?
Nah, DK just grabbed the top spot with receiving
yards.
Oh,
he did. DK grabbed the top spot.
I think it's DK, Tyreek, Travis Kelce, and then DeAndre Hopkins, and then dude from Washington. I think.
McLaurin.
Yeah. That's top 5 right now for receiving yards. Shout out to Travis Kelce, by the way. Tight end in the top 3.
That's big
for
time.
Receiving yards.
That's big time.
A week or 2 ago, he damn near had the number 1 spot. And I'm like, what? Tight end? Number 1 in receiving yards?
First ballot, bro. They had said it on the broadcast. They're like, he first ballot Hall of Famer. And there's no reason why you can't say that. Because I had to think about it. I was like, damn, like Travis Kelce never pops into my mind as being like a Hall of Fame tight end, but he is. He's been consistent for a hell of a long time now. It's like, yeah, we really got to put him up there now. Definitely got to put him up there. All right, and I think that's all I have for the games. That was all the interesting games to me. All right, bro, let's move on to 2 Wild Wednesday.
Yes, sir.
Hey, bro, I'm going to tell y'all this, boy. Edgar,
what?
The Canadians was at Edgar neck for 2 Wild.
I had beef with Canada today, boy. Them Canadians was on me. Boy, you would have thought I said something about Drake the way they was coming at me, boy.
We're gonna start with that one. That shit was crazy, bro. They was commenting. Them boys was quoting the tweet. Man, they was going crazy. But this is what the statement was. All right. So it says, Canada is in trouble of losing its second NBA team by the Raptors temporarily moving to Tampa. Too wild or not too wild? And the whole Canada just went crazy. Bro, we had damn near 100 votes on this damn poll, bro. They was at Edgar neck. They was talking about America think they can always take some shit. This, that, and the third. They was like, y'all boys don't need a podcast. What y'all talking about? I'm like, bro, they was at Edgar neck for this shit.
It's just a poll, bro. It's just a poll.
Shit crazy, bro. And the biggest thing is
the reactions weren't matching the votes. They really wasn't.
Bruh. He was telling us to log off. Then they were trying to talk about why Toronto was such a great city. It's just like, bro, we're not trying to take this.
No one said it wasn't. I'm posing a proposition. That's all I'm doing. I'm from Florida. I'm gonna pose the proposition.
It was so many comments for this tweet. This shit was hilarious, bro. But yeah, what you put, too wild or not too wild for this?
I put not too wild. I don't think it'll happen, but it's not too wild to think it. Florida is a great state. We seen how with the bubble, how everything was so easy to operate and incorporate. We seen how easy it was for players to mingle and still do what they need to do COVID wise. And right now, Canada, they got real strict shutdown rules with COVID, and we don't know how long this will temporarily be. They're saying just for this season, but what if COVID just stays like this and it goes into the next season after this upcoming one for the NBA? And then we're at a point again next October where the Raptors going to stay in Tampa for another season. And it gets to the point where you're really like, damn. Especially if the season is successful, if they have a strong playoff season, possibly championship within the next season or two, like, who knows what can happen? Like, what if they go above and beyond in Tampa and everybody like, damn, we might need a third basketball team in Florida, you know what I'm saying? So, not crazy to think about. I don't think it'll happen, though. I'm trying to be realistic. But if being optimistic, it's not crazy.
If was a fifth, this nigga would be drunk, bro. Hey, Toronto, Canada, bro. I'm standing with y'all, bro. I put too wild for this poll in the first place, bro. Too wild. I can't see them 3 teams in Florida. I just don't like it anyway. I don't like them for Tampa. Tampa really don't need no sports team, especially when you got Orlando and Miami, and they fit perfectly for that team. A lot of cultural influence for them, a lot of international influence for the Toronto Raptors, and I want that to stay in Canada. They need some type of team, bro. They need some type of team in Canada, bro. We don't need that Vancouver shit to happen where Vancouver was taken away. We need them to stay a team in Canada, bro. Definitely. So even if this shit does stick around, I think by the time it does end, they will be back in Canada. Even if this does go over a year, I think they will be eventually back in Canada. So too wild, bro. Canada, I'm with y'all, man. Don't listen to this nigga.
Bro, them boys. I'm beefing with the whole country today. Like, I didn't even know how to feel. Like, every time I looked at my phone, it was a new notification saying how we either just weren't educated.
This is really at your neck, bro.
This is how you must have felt when you did that video.
What video?
Remember on IG?
Oh, Casey Hill shit.
Yeah. That shit was, this was that times like 1,000. Like,
bro, you had a whole country after your ass, bro.
The
whole country was after this nigga, bro. Literally, they wasn't even voting on the poll. They were just commenting on shit. They were just commenting, bro. They was.
The reactions just weren't matching the votes. Put your energy into your vote. Like, let that be your voice.
Oh, bro, that shit was hilarious, bro. All right, let's move on to the next one. So, Tyreek Hill and DK Metcalf are the two best receivers in the NFL. Too wild, not too wild.
Not too wild. We already went into it. You know how I feel about DK, and I know how you feel about Tyreek. So I agree. They're both top 3 in the league right now.
I put too wild because it's Tyreek and DeAndre Hopkins. But like I
said, you're drunk.
But like I said, DeAndre is definitely 2. And then I got
you're
DK
drunk.
3.
You're just trying to deny.
Respect the 3. Respect the 3.
All right.
Respect the 3.
All right.
That's all I'm saying, bro. Take a process, man. Take your time.
Respect your eyes. Respect the eye test.
Man. That's all I'm saying, man.
Respect the eye. You talk about new eye Jameis and everything, but you don't want to use your regular eyes.
Damn, man. Have you seen D-Hop?
Yes.
D-Hop is nothing to blow your nose at.
I know it's not, but DK is definitely the number 1 receiver in the league right now.
Don't agree. Moving on. Father Time has caught up to Tom Brady. Too wild or not too wild?
Not too wild. I gave my piece on that. Don't really want to talk about it again.
Yeah.
He could still do a little something, but Father Time definitely is catching up to his ass.
That's what I meant to say. I'm surprised Max Kellerman hasn't said anything about this. Has he even talking about this?
If he has, I haven't seen any clips or anything.
Yeah, because I only watch clips now. I really don't watch the whole show. So I haven't seen him talk about this.
I think he hasn't brought it up now because it's like you said this like, what, 5 years ago? So it's like it coming true now.
But this is his time to shine. This is his time to shine now.
It coming true now doesn't count anymore. Like you had a 2 to 3 year window where you could have talked shit for this happening. But 5 years later, like obviously he's not gonna be the same anymore. Obviously. He's in his 40s now. Like duh. Like we don't expect him to still be at that level.
I put too wild for this poll, honestly. I put too wild for this because I think he still has the ability, but the play calling is the problem. And Romo was giving a lot of examples on the broadcast. They don't do a lot of motion, so Brady can't see the coverage. They did a lot of that in New England. So the shit that he's doing he used to do in New England, he's not doing in Tampa Bay, which made it easier for him. You feel what I'm saying? So I feel like he still has the ability. He still has the deep arm. He can still throw it deep, but he can't throw it deep goddamn every play. So I think he still has the ability.
Like Brady has never really been a mobile quarterback at all throughout his career, but it's evident as hell now that he really can't move at all. He doesn't even try to break out the pocket now. Like years ago, like 5 years ago, like I just said, he'll try to at least break out the pocket. It's like now, bro, I'm either finna throw the ball or I'm taking a sack. One or the other.
Yeah. But a whole lot of this. Nigga hitting this shit.
Yeah, like I'm like, damn, bro. Like at least try to do some type of scramble. Like, god dang.
Nah. Brady said, I'm cool.
You ain't gotta go to the sideline. You ain't gotta go to the sideline with the scramble, but get to the hash marks at least. Like, damn.
Brady said, I'm cool. Y'all niggas just block. Y'all niggas get open. Y'all niggas get open is what you say. But yeah, that was 74% not too wild for Tom Brady. For the Tyreek Hill and DK, that was 59% 59% not too wild. All right. Doug Pederson will be fired by the Eagles after the season. Too wild or not too wild?
Not too wild. Like I said, I probably would give him maybe one more year, but it's not too wild to think that they'll get rid of him after this one.
Yeah, not too wild. And that was 86% not too wild. Ohio State will miss the college football playoff. Too wild or not too wild?
Not too wild. The amount of games that they've played don't match up to everyone else's. Even though I get it, they're basing it off the talent that they still have, which is still keeping them.
They're not.
What?
They said if they don't get to 6 games by the next 2 weeks, if they don't play their next 2 games, they don't get to play in the Big Ten championship game. And they have to play in the Big Ten championship game. That's what I've been hearing to get to the college football playoff.
But I'm just saying, I think they ranked them as high as they did based, like, before they even played the game.
Ranking them on talent.
That's what I'm saying. They're ranking them off of the talent from last year. So I feel like that's the only thing keeping them where they are, like you said, though. Like, if they don't play these last 2 games or if they're not eligible for their conference championship or whatever, it's out the water for them. Plus, I feel like, anyway, even if they do play the next couple games and get eligible, I still feel like Ohio State won't make it. I feel like another team.
They're going to lose or something like that? That's what you're saying?
I feel like they'll just get outvoted for the college football playoff.
I don't know. I don't know if they're gonna get outvoted because like who's gonna jump over them? Texas A&M, like
Texas A&M, maybe Florida. I don't know.
Florida has to win against Alabama to get in. Like everybody knows, but they're the only team. They're not the only team, but they're the team outside of the top 4 right now that really controls their own destiny. If you win out, you get in. So y'all have to win out. You know what I'm saying? And I think Texas A&M needs Clemson to lose against Notre Dame, and they need Alabama to beat Florida.
They need a bunch of shit to happen.
Yeah,
it's like with Florida just got to keep winning.
Yeah, got to keep winning. Got to keep winning, bro.
But yeah, for Ohio State though, I really feel like I don't feel like they're gonna make it. It's not too wild to say that they won't.
I put too wild because I think they will play their next 2 games and end up playing the Big Ten championship game. But they said Michigan isn't playing this week. They canceled their game for this week, and they play Michigan. Ohio State plays Michigan next week, and Michigan can cancel again. And this is some crazy shit I heard. Right? This is some crazy shit I heard. They said it's a lot of teams that are canceling games not because of COVID, but because they don't want to play against a team because they feel like they're going to get embarrassed. And we already see what Michigan has looked like this season. And if you can be an obstacle for Ohio State not to get to the college football playoff, cancel the game.
Y'all been getting y'all ass whooped for years, and now you scared to play these guys? I don't want to hear that.
But I'm saying they can really play spoiler by canceling this game because they won't be eligible for the college football playoff. I mean, for the Big Ten championship game. So you can really ruin their chances if you cancel this game. You can really ruin their chances.
Just gonna go ahead and say it. That is a bitch move to do.
Is it a bitch move? Yeah.
Yes.
But will it be smart? And will it help you feel good about yourself?
Intelligence does not excuse bitch move. Intelligence does not excuse bitch move.
But will you be happy with yourself? Will you be satisfied on the inside because Ohio State is not in the college football playoff? If you're Michigan, will you be satisfied? That's your rival, and they don't get into the college football playoff.
I mean, yeah, if you're Michigan, hell yeah, you're going to be satisfied.
That's what I'm saying. So if Michigan cancels, they like, bet. Them niggas ain't getting in because we canceled. Shit, fuck them niggas. Y'all been beating our ass for years now. Y'all don't get in because of us. So really, who really won?
Nobody.
Like, who really won?
Literally, nobody won. Nobody played. Nobody played, so literally nobody won. Like,
yeah, bro. So it's really up in the air for next week's game with Michigan. But if they do not play Michigan next week, like I said, with how everything is sitting right now, they have to play 6 games to get to the Big Ten championship game, and they have to play in the Big Ten championship game. So it's gonna be around 2 weeks, wild 2 weeks. But I put 2 wild, and that was 58%, not 2 wild. Okay, moving on to the next one. The Browns are the best 8-3 team in the NFL. The other 8-3 teams are the Packers, the Titans, the Seahawks, and the Bills. 2 wild or not 2 wild?
2 wild. I like all those teams over the Browns.
And it's funny because I really felt like I was putting a lot of not too wild shit. So I was like, let me put some real wild shit. Well, I know niggas, but these niggas went crazy. Like this had the most votes, 93%. 2 wild.
Exactly.
Niggas like the Browns not it, my guy.
It was 100. See, that's why I hate delusional fans. Because it was 100% for at least 4 hours, and then somebody just had to say not too wild.
Not too wild. I put not.
This is
too
why
wild.
I hate delusional fans.
I put not too wild. I was like, too many niggas putting 2 wild. Let me be the nigga. Let me be that nigga. But this had 42 votes though, so niggas really don't like the Browns. So that's really what I put it as. That's really what I put it as. But who do you think is the best 8-3 team then after what I named? I said Packers, Titans, Seahawks, Bills, Browns.
Packers, Titans, Seahawks, Bills. I'd say right now the Packers and the Seahawks are the 2 best 8-3 teams. And then the Bills probably be right after that.
I would say the Titans are the best 8-3 team. Love what I'm seeing out of Derrick Henry right now. We said it before. He gets better throughout the season. Gets to the end of the season, playoff time, get hard to tackle that big nigga. Real hard to tackle that nigga.
Week after week. Yeah, everybody getting tired now. Everybody hurting a little bit now.
You tired of tackling that nigga. So, yeah, most definitely, I feel like it's the Titans. Okay, next one. The NFL won't have any more canceled games. 2 wild or not 2 wild?
2 wild. Too many people on each team. Too many people involved in the game. Just too many variables. I see it. You could definitely say for sure one more game will be canceled.
One more game, yeah. That's why I put 2 wild. All right, next one. The 76ers will be a top 3 seed in the East. Too wild or not too wild?
Too wild. They could be top 6. They could be top 5, top 6, not top 3.
This is what I would say. The Heat aren't a regular season team to me. So I kind of dipped them to like the 4th to 5th seed type shit. I have the Bucks up there. I have the Nets up there. That third spot, though. That third spot is really where the Celtics can get right there or the Sixers can get right there. So not too wild to that. I think the Sixers, it has to, what can Doc Rivers bring to this team? Can he make this work somehow?
He can make it work.
I think he can make it work, and that's why I'm saying not too wild. And I like the pickups that they have been doing with Maxey and Seth Curry.
I'm telling you right now, if the 76ers are a top 3 team in the East by the end of the season,
don't say nothing you'll regret.
Doc Rivers is getting coach of the year. I promise you.
Oh, okay. Okay, I thought you were going to say some shit.
If the 76ers
I gotta chop off my finger or some shit.
Nah. If Doc Rivers can get them boys to the 3rd best team in the East, he's winning coach of the year.
Possibility, bro, because we see
it's not happening, but I'm just saying.
We seen what you need to get Ben Simmons to flourish. You need shooters. And they have gotten a lot of shooters over the past few weeks, bro, and since draft time. You got Danny Green, you got Seth Curry, you got Maxey, you got Korkmaz now. You know what I'm saying? And they picked up somebody. I'm blanking on somebody else that they picked up. You got Embiid. He's improving on his game, but you have to have that point guard. I'm really counting on Maxey a lot this season. I think Maxey is going to have a huge year. Damn near rookie of the year type impact for this team. I think he's going to be that important to their they're not going to the title, but the 3rd seed race is what I would say. I think he'll be important to that. So
second round of the playoffs type shit.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Second round of playoffs, you know what I'm saying? Because I want to say it. I don't know. The Heat, do you think the Heat getting back?
They could. I don't think they will, though. I already told you my top 2 teams in the East are the Nets and the Bucks to make it to the finals out of the East. Those are my top 2 teams. The Heat will probably be like my 3rd or 4th option.
Yeah, they probably my 4th, 5th. Yeah, I don't know, bro. I want the young people to develop, but it's like, damn, I want to win at the same time. So
I'll probably say they're my 3rd option, and I'll probably put Boston as my 4th. Yeah, that's probably how I'll do it.
All right, bro. We're going to dive into that more into the NBA preview podcast. That will be later, close to the start of the season, which is 20 days away. Shit really creeping up, my nigga. Yeah. Shit really creeping up. Shit crazy. All right, next too wild. The 2020 New York Jets are worse than the 2008 Detroit Lions, who went winless. Too wild or not too wild?
It's not too wild. I really sat and thought about this.
This is too wild. It's too wild.
I really sat and thought about this because I really went back and looked at a couple of highlights and just looked at the statistics of that Lions team.
They were garbage.
And I'm like, this is just absolutely terrible. And I'm looking at the Jets.
Like that, though. The Jets aren't like that.
Yeah, the Jets aren't like that. So, but just off of face value of the question and off the games you've been watching this season, it's not too wild to at least entertain the thought, because I really had to sit and look like, okay, let me match up certain numbers from each of these seasons.
You're starting to use that a lot now. It's not too wild to entertain the thought. Nigga, yes or no? Are they worse or not? Are they worse or not?
It's the point of too wild and not too wild.
Are they worse or not?
Nah, it's not too wild to think that, though. That's the point of too wild and not too wild.
He started to use that a lot. Now he don't want to pick a side, so he said it's not too wild.
I said that with a lot of stuff.
It's not
even
too
if I answered the question, even if I said it was too wild, I'm like, you know what I'm saying?
It's too wild. Yeah, it's definitely too wild. The Jets could have easily won a couple of games this season. Like, they have the talent, way more talent than the Lions did back in 2008. So
there was nobody on that team. That team was.
I think they had Calvin Johnson. That was it.
That was it.
Shit was terrible.
It was not good. Sad times.
All right, next one. Jamal Murray will be a dark horse in the MVP conversation. Too wild or not too wild?
Not too wild. The performance he put on in the bubble against the Lakers, against the Clippers, like just against all these teams, like during the stretch, like nobody's seen the Nuggets lasting that far. Like it was supposed to be the Lakers and the Clippers. That's what it was supposed to be. It wasn't supposed to be Denver making this Cinderella story, even though they were ranked high in the West, but it was still like a Cinderella story because nobody had Denver actually going to the finals at all. They were like the 4th, 5th option to make it out the West damn near. So it was damn near a Cinderella story. I feel like Jamal Murray is going to have that same type of season again, being that there won't be any fans, even if there are home court advantages with this upcoming season. So I feel like that same type of bubble presence is going to give a lot of players who don't usually shine with the fans, is going to give them their moment again to control the game and just put on the show.
I'm going to tell y'all this. Jamal Murray is a playoff performer. During the regular season, that man be chilling. So that same Jamal Murray that y'all seen in the playoffs, he did it last year. Last year, he went crazy in the playoffs. So I'm talking about 2019. He went crazy in the playoffs. The regular season, he was chilling out. He went crazy in the playoffs. This next season, he finna be chilling out. He really don't do nothing crazy to say MVP. Joker, I can see in the MVP conversation. Jamal Murray, he be chilling way too much in the regular season for me to say MVP. So I'll say too wild. Too wild for that one.
That's why I said dark horse. I don't see him being a top 2, top 3 favorite for it, but he can make that sneaky second half of the season run to make you say, oh, we should probably keep an eye for him too.
All right, and the next one, Michigan State already looks championship ready. Too wild or not too wild? And it's college basketball.
Not too wild. I've seen I haven't seen all 3 of the games, but I watched the Duke game. That shit was crazy as hell. The score looked close, but Duke just came alive way too late and just narrowed the score. So the way they beat up on Duke in the first 2 games that they had this season, I feel like they're playing on full cylinders right now, and I'm loving what I'm seeing right now. Me and Quincy watching the Baylor and Illinois game, both teams undefeated. Baylor number 2, Illinois number 5. I like what I'm seeing from Baylor too. They got some deep shooting threats right now. So I like Michigan State. Baylor is up there. Gonzaga as usual. Yeah, them probably my top 3 teams that I'm looking at right now. I ain't really paid attention to North Carolina yet. I don't even think North Carolina really got nobody.
North Carolina's solid. But I'm going to tell y'all this. Gonzaga? If everybody stay healthy,
yeah,
them boys is winning it all, bro. I don't see nobody beating that team, bro. I swear to you. And North Carolina, not North Carolina, but Gonzaga is playing Baylor this weekend. So it's going to be a good test for them early in the season. But
who North Carolina got this season?
North Carolina.
I really ain't paid attention to them over the offseason.
They got Caleb Love doing that. Caleb Love, RJ Davis, a couple of big men back from last year. It's like you really got to watch the game. Unless you've seen them in high school, you really ain't gonna know what I'm talking about. But they got some good pieces though.
I was about to say if they got some returning players, I trust them to go Sweet 16, Elite 8. But I don't know. I gotta watch them play. I ain't watched them play yet this season.
Yeah, so. They guards just young. But the big man are big man veterans though. But they solid. But yeah, Gonzaga, they got Nembhard, Jalen Suggs. If y'all haven't seen Jalen Suggs play yet, definitely check out Jalen Suggs because he damn near top 3 pick in the NBA draft next year. Nigga is a stud for real. I seen him in high school a little bit. That nigga was raw in. I didn't know he was going to have this instant impact, but nigga is raw. They got this big nigga named Timmy, and they got Kispert from last year. The team is stout. And they got some other black dude, too. I forgot his name. Hayayi or some shit like that. He got a weird name, but he raw, too. He be hitting the long ball with the threes. Gonzaga, stat. Nembhard, transfer from Florida. Hurt my damn heart to see him go off like he did today.
But I'm like, hey, he balling. I can't be mad.
And I told Edgar today because I was watching the Florida game. Florida had played against Army today.
Yeah.
Oh, they were struggling. It was their first game of the season, but they were struggling. And Nembhard was their best player by a lot last season. So it was just like, man, seeing Nembhard move on to greener pastures with number 1 ranked Gonzaga, it hurt me, but it felt good.
And looking championship bound at that.
Yeah. You know what I'm saying? It hurt, but you know what I'm saying? I'm happy for him, definitely, though,
man. I want to see the individual success.
What you say?
Yeah, I say I want to see the individual success.
Yeah, because the Gators definitely ain't winning no championship this year. Not at all.
Yeah, I agree with what you said before we started the pod. Questions around Mike White right now? If you can't do some type of winning this season, you gotta go. I can't be mad. You gotta go.
Bro, he has to show offense, bro. For 5 years. You've been there for 5 years. I haven't seen y'all niggas run a play. Y'all niggas don't run plays. It's either nigga pick and roll or it's nigga ISO. It's ISO drive and kick shit. So it's like, nigga, you're forcing your players to make plays. You're not making it easier for your players. It's like, my nigga, it's too much dribble. Too much dribble, or we pulling. It's like, my nigga, run some type of offense. The shit just look ugly. Come on, bruh. Come on, Mike White. So like Edgar said, we was talking before the pod. I was like, if they don't win enough games, my G, I can definitely see Mike White hitting the curb. But the thing about Mike White, he brung in a lot of talent. Like, Florida wasn't getting real 5 stars like this for a long time. Like, they brought in Scotty Lewis was a 5-star when he came in. Nembhard was like a high 4-star. It was brought another 5-star. Man was a 5-star. So he has brought in a lot of talent, but a lot of that talent has not developed, is what I will say. Because a lot of that talent should have been one and done. Like, Man and Scotty Lewis had the talent to be one and done. But they still here, and they're not living up to expectations, how you think they should be. So that's what I say about Mike White. Take that for what you will. All right, next one is Florida will beat Alabama in the SEC championship game. Too wild or not too wild?
Not too wild. I agree with what you said earlier. I feel like we got the best chance to win the rest of – I feel like as long as we win the rest of our games and somehow, some way pull through with Alabama, I feel like they got no choice but to put us in the college football playoff. And I feel like Alabama is ahead of us in total offense and defense, but we're still a top 5, top 6, 7. We're still a top 5 offense and still a top 6 or 7 defense in the SEC. So I feel like we're just as big of a threat to them as they are to us. We have the number 1 passing offense, I think, with Kyle Trask and Kyle Pitts being the forerunners of that. So I feel like as long as we can defensively pick up where we lacking at, I feel like we could do something this game. It's going to be impossible to just hold Alabama to 21, 28 points. Yeah. It's going to be a shooting game.
Not with that Florida defense. They might let you score every damn play down the court or down the field.
It's going to be a shot-for-shot type game. It's going to be touchdown, field goal, touchdown. So I feel like if we can get in the shootout with them, we can get it done. I highly doubt we could just hold Alabama, though, with our defense. So offensively, we just got to make sure we do what we do. And defensively, we just have to step up to the plate and get it together within the next 2-3 weeks.
I honestly think this game or that game will decide who wins the Heisman. I think it's between Mac Jones and Kyle Trask. So whoever win that game, nigga, that's who winning the damn Heisman.
I don't feel like whoever wins it should determine who gets the Heisman, though, because I feel like
if they both play the same, if it's both down to the wire, they both having good games, whoever win the game gonna have the upper hand because you beat the team.
Okay, yeah, I get what
I'm
you're
not saying one quarterback is playing like if Mac Jones plays subpar and Trask playing good, but Alabama won, then I would see what you're saying. But I'm saying that both quarterbacks are playing good. And we just talked about their defenses. Both of their defenses aren't good. So I'm expecting good games for both of them. But whoever wins gets the upper hand and get into the college football playoff.
I ain't gonna lie, Alabama defense, it's up there. I think they top 4 in rushing defense and top 3, I think, in pass defense. And overall, I think they like 3 or 4 in the SEC in defense, in total defense. They up there. Alabama up there.
They got Patrick Surtain. That's my boy. So definitely check out that game soon. They gotta win out all their games. I feel like, I don't know. I told my mama this the other day. I was like, something about Florida, bro. I feel like they're gonna lose one of these trap games before they even get to the SEC championship game.
Oh no.
I was like, they finna lose one of these trap games, bro. I don't know what it is about Florida, bro.
We got what, 2 games left? That's it.
Maybe 3, no?
No. We got Tennessee.
Oh, yeah, the 19th. The 19th is the SEC championship game, I think.
Yeah, we got Tennessee and then LSU. Both trash, both dubs.
Tennessee was ranked high early in the season, but yeah.
Yeah, Tennessee's trash. Nobody's worried about not worried about Tennessee at all.
All right, bro. Let's move on to the rankings of the week. What you got for the top 5 for NFL?
I got Steelers, Chiefs. Probably put Packers at 3. 4, I probably put Seahawks. 5. Ooh, who I want at 5?
Sleep on the Saints.
I don't know. That quarterback shit got me reevaluating.
Sleep on the Saints. Well, best team right there.
5, I'll probably put the Titans. Yeah. Steelers, Chiefs, Packers, Seahawks, Titans.
I have Chiefs, Steelers, Saints, Titans.
No Packers or Seahawks?
I really don't like Seahawks. I trust Russell Wilson. The Seahawks, I'll go with that. All right, bro. Let's move on to the picks of the week. Edgar, bro, you might as well cover up that cheese, dog. You already see what's going on, bro. Edgar had another mid-week. I had a great week. Damn, that didn't lose any games. I went 14-2. Edgar went 8-8. That boy down by like 16 games right now, man. Tell him, hey, y'all at him. Y'all at him on Twitter. Tell him to cough up the cheese. It's over. It's a wrap. Done deal. Are you finished or are you done type shit? All right. That man cried on the pod. Boy, that man hurt.
Can we just go? Can we just give our picks? Can we just give our picks, please?
All right, bro. First game, Bengals versus Dolphins. No Thursday night football game either. Bengals versus Dolphins.
The Dolphins should win. I'm going to go with the Dolphins. They should win. But watch how some bullshit happen. That's all I'm going to say. Dolphins.
No bullshit. Dolphins. Browns versus Titans.
The Titans should win.
Nah, nigga, no. Don't be with that should.
I'm going with the Titans. The Titans should win. All this shit about the Browns being 8-3. The Titans should win. So I'm going with the Titans. But watch how some
nigga saying should. I got the Titans, man. Colts versus Texans.
I swear to God, if I pick the Texans and they lose after I just picked against them and they won, I'll go with the Colts.
Yeah, I got the Colts. Jags versus Vikings.
Vikings.
Yeah, Vikings. Lions versus Bears.
Oh my God. I'm going with the Bears, bro. Now watch how Matt Stafford do some shit.
I was about to say, I'm going with the Lions, bro. Bears.
I went with the Lions 2 weeks in a row, and that did not end well for me, so I'm going with the Bears.
Raiders versus Jets.
Raiders got blew out by the Falcons.
Dogged out. Dogged out. That shit crazy.
Should I do some crazy shit? Nope.
I was about to say, is nigga want to take an L? Okay.
I'm going with the Raiders. Now watch how the Jets get their first dub of the fucking season.
I got the Raiders. Saints versus Falcons.
Saints.
Giants versus Seahawks.
Seahawks.
I don't think Daniel Jones playing either. I might have went with the upset for that one. Rams versus Cardinals.
Ooh. I'm gonna go with the Rams just because Kyler Murray been playing like he hurt, so I'm gonna go with the Rams.
Mm-hmm. I'm gonna go with the Rams. Eagles versus Packers.
Packers.
Definitely Packers. The Eagles might lose the rest of their games, dog. No bullshit.
Yeah, probably.
They might lose the rest of their games. They've been playing that trash, dog.
Yep.
All right. Patriots versus Chargers.
Ooh. I'm gonna go with the Chargers.
Got the Pats. Broncos versus Chiefs.
The Broncos
Sunday night football.
The Broncos have no quarterback. I don't know why we asked this question, but
he coming back though. He coming back.
It's still gonna be the Chiefs.
You said it like that was gonna be a decision maker or decision.
No, I'm just saying like I don't know why we're asking this question. The Chiefs.
Yeah, I'm wrong with the Chiefs. Washington versus the Steelers, the Monday afternoon game, 5:00.
What the fuck? What?
Monday afternoon.
Okay. Steelers.
Yeah, definitely going with the Steelers. Bills versus 49ers, Monday night football.
Bills.
Bills. Cowboys versus Ravens, Tuesday night football.
I'm gonna go with the Ravens. Let me not say no dumb shit.
Taking a little too long on that.
I'm gonna go with the Ravens.
Yeah, man, I'm going with the Ravens. I'm going with the Ravens.
It's not fair. We got a lot of the same picks. I mean, even if I have a great week, you gonna have one too.
That's what I was thinking too. I was like, I might just pick the same shit as niggas because I can't lose. I'm up by 16. I really can't lose. But no, I'm gonna pick the best possible. What else? Should we move on? We already talked about college basketball. Do you have any other first week takeaways from what you've seen? College basketball started last Wednesday. What have you seen this past week?
Other than what I said about Michigan State and what you said about Gonzaga, nothing that's really popped out to me so far. I'm just ready to start watching a lot more basketball again. So,
yeah, that was my biggest takeaway. Gonzaga, Jalen Suggs, and it's a lot of young players that are going to be one and dones that are going to be studs in the NBA, my boy. They got B.J. Boston from Kentucky. You got Jalen Suggs. You got Cade Cunningham. That's my number one pick. I think Cade going to be number one. But you got Josh Christopher. It's so many. You already know Kentucky already got a lot of them, but it's so many one-and-done prospects are going to be high prospects and going to be studs in the NBA. That's all I have to say, bro. A lot of them. Way better than this draft. Better than this draft. And that's it. All right, bro, let's move on to social media wants to know. My question was, should all sports have Snoop Dogg as a commentator?
No. As entertaining as that sounds. No. As fun as that sounds, no.
But
at the end of the day, we need some type of professionalism.
But this is what I liked about what they had going on, because they did have some professionalism, but Snoop Dogg was that funny nigga, the comic relief, and the one who was saying the real shit. And that's what a lot of people want to hear. They want to hear you saying that real shit. We don't most of the time we don't want to hear what the commentators have to say about that analytical bullshit. We want to see that real shit. You know what I'm saying? So that's what I think we want from sports.
I mean,
that's what I would like to hear.
It could work, but the thing is, you have to have the play-by-play announcer, and then you have to have the actual commentator. So as the commentator, it is your job to, in between plays and between timeouts, other than the laughs, you do have to give stats. You do have to give analytics, like during the game, about either the game or other shit around the game that's influencing what you're watching. So I feel like Snoop can give that comic relief in between plays and in between timeouts, but at the same time, it's like we can't just hear straight jokes. Like we gotta hear certain stats.
But yeah, I feel what you're saying. But like I said, what they had for the boxing match was a play-by-play dude who was a color commentator, and then they had Snoop for the third dude. So Snoop as a third dude, just saying that real shit and just saying what he was saying, that's entertainment. So if you can have somebody like him who just speaking that real shit throughout an event, I think that will bring a lot and will draw people towards a TV. A lot of people ain't even watching TV no more. But niggas loved when Snoop was giving that real shit, speaking that entertainment, and giving all the jokes like that. I think that will bring more to events and sporting events.
It definitely would, because he has the personality. Snoop know his stuff, and he has the personality. So it's hard to find people with both. So it could work. It's just the professionalism that I would think would be a problem.
But do you need that everywhere, bro? Yeah, we kind of get tired of that shit. You know what I'm saying?
But when I say professionalism, bro, I don't mean you have to be straight professional.
Because like we get tired of that uptight shit. You know what I'm saying? We get that shit every game.
Oh yeah,
bro.
I agree. But it's like still like you gotta read some type of analytics to me. Like I want to hear the jokes, but I also would like to be reminded of somebody's shooting percentage on the season. I would also like to be reminded of a past game where he went off for 30 points or something. Like, it's certain shit.
Snoop can say that. Snoop can say that. Snoop can say that. That nigga just went for 30 last week. Niggas would be rolling off that shit, bro.
Yeah, we would, but I don't think he's going to do it to justice. I don't think he's going to do it to justice.
Bro, I fuck with it, bro. I don't think it has to be actual Snoop Dogg, but somebody like that, like that can fill that role of you don't have to be somebody who knows the game, but somebody who can just go along with it, give us comic relief, and just give us that entertainment and that real shit that goes along with that. I think that
because boxing, I love that with boxing. I feel like boxing he could definitely do that with, but basketball and football, sports like that, like real team sports.
I'm talking about he talking shit about a nigga on the court. If a nigga fucking up and Snoop riding your ass on the sideline, nigga, I'm fucking dying, my nigga. I am dying. Well, I will fuck with that, bro.
It'll be funny, but I gotta maintain the professionalism at the same time. It could be chill. It could be chill while you give me the professionalism. There's a way to
You was chill most of the time. I don't think.
But I'm saying with like basketball. I'm saying with basketball or something like that.
I think it will work, and I would like to see at least try the shit out. We see how well this shit. We see how well this shit worked for this. I think we should try it out, but definitely try it out, man. I want to hear somebody saying that real shit when I'm watching something, bro. And that shit. Let's move on to the entertainment with the Roy Jones, Tyson, and then you got Nate Robinson versus Jake Paul. You watched them?
The Nate Robinson one, yeah.
All right, bro. How you feel about that shit?
Not everybody meant to cross over. That's all I'm gonna say. He got out. He got out there. He got slept, and right now you just need to stay off social media. Take the 1 or 2 weeks worth of laughs, and then get back to your grind, and you good. That boy's a dead body out there, boy.
Oh my God. So many memes came from that shit. Oh my God.
But hey, he
shout out to Nate. Shout out to Nate.
He had guts doing that. Because you can't just go in there like that. Any other average athlete wouldn't have did that. That's why it's so easy for all of them to laugh at him and whatnot. Because it's like, y'all know
nobody
y'all can't.
Forced him to do that. Like a nigga.
Yeah, no, nobody forced him to do it. But it's like, hey, at least he got out there. Shit. Like, he trained.
Slept.
He trained for it.
He didn't train. I've been listening to niggas. He wasn't training, bro.
He trained.
And when you get slept like that nigga he was fighting was getting trained. That nigga wasn't getting trained at all.
He trained a little bit.
Paul was getting loose.
He ain't Creed trained, but he trained a little bit. Hey, you know what I'm saying? Went jogging, had a couple of exercises. You know what I'm saying?
Hey, I thought Jake Paul was this soft ass YouTuber. Once I heard that nigga was actually a fighter, he been training this shit, and then I watched the fight. Like the first minute or two, you like, oh, this nigga is for real. Like he can really box. And then in the first round, he slept my nigga Nate, and he at least knocked him down at least. I was like, damn, this shit might be over in the first round. Nate got to the second round. I was like, yeah, this shit.
Like Mike Tyson said, everybody got a plan till they get punched in the face.
You're not lying, my boy. Nate should have quit on that first one. After he got first out.
You can't quit. You got to knock me out. I ain't quitting. You got to knock me out.
Bro, this is not my job, my nigga. What if I do quit? What's going to happen to me?
You ain't playing nothing else. You might as well.
I ain't playing nothing else. My nigga, my safety, my health. He probably got concussions and brain damage.
You knew that going into the fight. I don't want to hit
But he didn't have to do that. He could quit. He could have quit before that shit could have happened. Especially when he felt that.
What's the point of fighting if you're going to quit before any actual real damage is done? Like, it's no
health
point.
Concerns. After you feel that nigga hit you a couple of times, you like, whoa. That nigga
why agree to the fight?
Now, nigga. This ain't no YouTuber fight no more.
Don't agree to a fight where you know you have a high risk of getting knocked out and quit before you actually get knocked out. There was no point in fighting.
I'm doing it. I'm doing it, nigga. It's like the shove. It's like the shove in a fight. Once you shove a nigga and you can feel like that nigga shove is a little too hard, it's like, all right, my nigga, we can chill on that fight and shit. You know what I'm saying? Let's make up. Let's, you know, move on from this. We move on from this. But you fighting and you felt how that nigga was punching and you got knocked down first round. It's like, my nigga, I think it's time.
If I'm stepping in the paint with somebody, I'm taking whatever consequences come with it. Either he finna get knocked down or I'm getting knocked down, one or the other. Once I step into it, I know it finna come with it. Either I'm finna get laid out or you finna get laid out. Like, that's all it is.
Hey, because I think he made like $600,000. Nate did or both of them made $600,000. That's
why he ain't came. He was like, hell yeah, I get knocked out for that.
But this is the funny thing. I had seen a tweet that was like, Nate had made $600,000 off the fight, but he done spent $500,000 just off the damn medical bills. That shit had me dead, my nigga. Because he damn sure got to work. Bro, he got brain damage. That's why we haven't heard from Nate. You ain't bouncing back from that shit easy. You're not bouncing back from that easy. He was slumped, bro. He didn't get up for a long time.
He was not.
Bro, Nate is slumped.
He was asleep.
He was real deal asleep. Wow.
That boy woke up. He woke up. He was back in the NBA uniform.
Real deal. Bro, imagine he woke up and the first thing he seen was Jake Paul in his jersey. Oh my God.
He'd be like, did I win? And everybody showed him.
That nigga would have thought he won for real. That nigga got on my jersey.
That's one of them fights you wake up and be like, did I win? Nigga, if you waking up, I need you to answer that question yourself if you waking up.
My nigga Nate got slept. Oh my goodness. That
was hilarious.
That shit was hilarious, bro. But shout out to Nate, like you just said, bro. A lot of niggas ain't stepping in that paint, and a lot of niggas know not to step in that paint now after seeing what Nate went through.
And it's crazy. Nate Robinson looked like he can fight. It's just you don't look like you can professionally fight. Like, you don't look like you do this for a living. Like, you don't look like that shit. No.
Yeah.
Like, if you in the hood and, like, a nigga try you or something, yeah, I trust you to fight then. But, like, on some boxing gloves, like in a ring, like rules matchup type shit, like where you got certain parts you can and can't hit, you got to use technique. Nah, I'm not trusting you.
Do you see more shit like this coming in the future though? Like celebrity
fights?
I
feel like once Conor McGregor and Floyd Mayweather did what they did a few years ago and did that crossover, I feel like it opened a lot of athletes' eyes to say, hey, maybe I can do it. It may be stupid, but maybe I can do it. Like, maybe I can cross over to a sport I never played before. Plus, it's like we've seen this with a lot of other athletes, with Deion Sanders, Bo Jackson. Michael Jordan was trash in in baseball, but he still tried to play multiple sports. No, so this isn't the first time we've seen crossovers happen, but this is the first time over the past decade. McGregor and Mayweather and Nate Robinson and Jake Paul, like these are the first two times where we're seeing fighting crossovers take place. So I wouldn't be surprised if this is a growing trend in the future.
But this is the thing about Nate, and this is why I don't think people will do this moving forward either, because of the reputation thing. Nate had a nice ass reputation. He's still we still fuck with Nate. It's not like we don't fuck with Nate no more, but when you see Nate Robinson now, you're going to think about his ass getting knocked out and not being a 3-time dunk champion or being an NBA player.
I feel like the only people who say that is going to be people younger than us. Like anybody our age or older, we know Nate.
I don't know, bro. I don't know. Once you see Nate is going to be clown, bro.
When I think of Nate Robinson, I still think of basketball Nate, dunking over people and all that. I'm thinking of that Nate Robinson. Yeah, I'm going to think of this shit too, but
that's what I'm saying, bro. Niggas is gonna think about this shit. Like, that's what I'm saying. It hurt his reputation, is what I'm saying. He had a nice reputation. If he just would have left it alone, if he just would have went off into the sunset, Nate Robinson, great guy, NBA player, dunk champ. Now he got this shit on his resume. He got his ass knocked out, slept. Oh man, you getting clowned for that for the rest of your life.
I feel like the only people who actually think that first of him and hold that over his head is people who didn't see him play, like the younger generation. Who are like Nate Robinson, basketball player, boxing.
That nigga got slept.
Like, who got slept? Like that's what the younger people gonna say. Anybody our age or older who actually got to see him play and like actually know his career, that ain't gonna be the first thing we think of. But if you 16 or young, I'll say 16 or younger. This first thing you thinking of when you thinking of.
Oh, bro. It's going to be interesting to see, bro, because I want to know, bro. Nate Robinson walk into a room. What's the first thing you going to say to him? What's the first thing you going to say to him?
I don't know the first thing I'm going to say. I just know I'm going to look at him.
Hey, what up, Nate? Hey, what up, Nate? How was those dunk championships? What's up, Nate? Why the fuck you get your ass knocked out like that? I think the knocked out shit going to be the first thing that come up. You said that. Are you going to say about, are you going to throw your hat in the ring again? You gonna get back in the ring again?
I don't know what I'm gonna say. I really don't know what I'm gonna say to him. Like
you're gonna bring up fighting when you're talking.
I'm gonna bring it up. I just don't know what.
That's what I'm saying. You gonna bring it. That's my point. You gonna bring it up at least. You gonna bring it up most definitely. Shit, funny. And how did you feel about the Roy Jones and Tyson? I didn't watch that one.
I didn't watch it. Yeah. Well, once I found out that they couldn't knock each other out, I was like, why are we watching this?
What? They couldn't knock each other out.
Oh. They weren't allowed to knock each other out. That's why you think Mike Tyson was going to let this man stand at the end of the match?
Why is Mike Tyson fighting if he can't knock a nigga out?
I don't know.
He did get $1 million payout.
I was like, he got paid, so I'm like, shit, man. I'm pretty sure it's reasons why. They weren't allowed to knock each other out, though. So I'm like, yep, I'm not watching that.
So it was just, we were watching niggas jab?
And it ended in a draw. That's what pissed everybody off. It's like, we paid to watch this, and it's a draw. We didn't get to see nobody get knocked out. We paid for it, and it's a draw. Yeah, they failed the fans with that one.
Niggas told me they were satisfied off the Nate Robinson shit though.
Yeah, niggas, because somebody got said they were satisfied off
the Nate Robinson shit.
Somebody got put on their ass. We're expecting, and it's the fact that Roy Jones Jr. knew that he did not want to do this shit again. Mike Tyson talking about, we gonna do this shit again. Nate looking like Roy looking like. Again, what?
Oh man!
Because Mike, based off of what I was seeing and hearing on social media, is like Mike won as far as like points on how many hits he got on him and everything. So, yeah.
Mike, I did not know that they couldn't knock each other out. Though I did not know that. That's crazy, Mike. I'm about to say, exactly Mike could have easily knocked this nigga out.
Exactly. That's why I'm like, no, there's no way. If you give Mike Tyson a fight and you allow him to be able to knock somebody out, he's going to knock that person out. Like at the end of the fight, when I found out that both of them were still standing and barely even really had marks on them like that, I was like, what the hell? I'm glad I ain't pay for that. Because Mike, he should have tried to kill this man. Like,
Mike was telling, what was that interview, bro? When he was like, sometimes I feel like a bitch because I can't. What was that interview? I forgot what he was talking about.
He was like, whenever I think about my old self, I get so mad because I turn into a bitch and I can't be the monster that I know I am, because I know if I wake that man up, he's gonna go fucking crazy. I was like, what?
That's what I'm saying. So you say all that shit and you can't knock a nigga out. Come on, Mike.
And then there was another, I think it was the same interview. He was like, I was at a point in my life where whenever I seen something, I just had to kill it. I was like, what? I was like, bro, I would have got up for the table.
Hell no.
That man said, whoever I seen, I just had to kill him.
Oh, man. This nigga Mike.
I was like, I gotta go. I can't be here. Mike gonna kill me. Man. And he slammed the table. This is hilarious. Oh my God. He should have been a comedian.
Man, bro. That shit was funny. Definitely a good event, though. I wouldn't be surprised if more of those definitely come in the future, though. More celebrity type shits, but that shit was hilarious.
That man is funny. He's way more funnier than he should be.
It's funny. That Mike Tyson documentary coming out soon. I see Jamie Foxx still getting right for that.
Yeah.
So that biopic coming out soon, so definitely want to see that shit coming out.
Yes,
and
sir.
You have anything else for entertainment?
Nah, that's it. Shout out to Wayne for No Ceilings 3. I fuck with it. It's nice. He got a B-side. He got a B-side coming out soon. So BB King with him and Drake. I fuck with that. So shout out to Wayne. Entertainment wise, that's it though. I don't really think it's nothing else. I just wanted to bring up we just found out today we lost a young life in St. Pete due to St. Petersburg Police Department. Police brutality is still alive and well. I don't know the full details on what happened. Nobody really knows the story, the narrative that
I heard he shot a cop.
Yeah, the narrative that Bay News 9 is given that he shot a cop, but we don't know what led to him shooting a cop. We don't know what the hell happened. All we do know is a police officer got shot. I don't know if the police officer died or whatever, but a police officer got shot, and a young black man lost his life to the hands of police. He was shot like 50 times, damn near.
Bro, they was going crazy on that video. Oh my God.
Yeah, I think they said that was by jets. That happened over by jets too. So.
Oh yeah. It was Obama.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, they call that jets?
Yeah, because you get Jets burgers from there and all that shit.
Oh.
So, yeah, they just call it Jets, yeah.
Oh, okay. But yeah, that shit was crazy.
Yeah, R.I.P. to Dominique. Shit crazy. I ain't never known him, but I seen plenty of pictures of him before. I seen him hanging out with people that I know and shit before. So, like, I don't know dude, but young brother lost his life to the hand of police again in America. So
the city dangerous, bro. It's dangerous everywhere, but goddamn, St. Pete ain't letting.
And it's crazy. Like, I don't know if other people feel like this where they from, but it's like I love going home, but at the same time, shit, I be feeling more scared when I go home than when I go anywhere else. I don't know if that's normal or not. I don't know if a lot of black people feel like that where they from, but it's like if I go out of town right now, I ain't got no worries.
Oh yeah.
I don't want to say no worries, but I'm way less worried about being shot, being killed, being arrested or whatever, as opposed to when I go home. When I go home, my mind automatically switches to I got to be on peace.
But you know what that environment is, though. You know what St. Pete is, so you know what could come of that environment. When you go somewhere else, usually for a vacation or some shit, you just going there to chill. Your mind isn't even on violence or if that environment is really like that. You know what I'm saying? Right. Or to be able to shoot you or some shit like that. But you know the city. You know St. Pete. Like, that's why I don't even leave. Like, nigga, if it's late, nigga, it's like, man, I'm trying to get to the house, my nigga. And my mom was always telling me, my nigga, hey, don't shit happen after 12 o'clock, my nigga. Don't shit be out in the streets. Ain't nothing but violence after that.
I don't know. It's just like that just being where we grew up and me just being part of the shit that I be a part of. Like, I like going to the clubs. I like going to kickbacks. Like, I like hanging around certain niggas that I grew up around or who I'm related to or whatever, because that's just me. That's what I grew up around. Even though I know shit be dangerous sometimes, even though I know I be in areas that I know shit could pop off in, it's just like that's what I grew up around. That's those people I fuck with, or those are areas that I fuck with. So it's just it's crazy.
I don't wise up to the shit, bro. I gotta be in a clique or something. I gotta be like a little kickback at a crib. Oh, yeah, we going somewhere like, man, I'm out on the scene. You ain't never gonna see me out on the scene for real, bro. You ain't never gonna see me out on the scene.
I do like chilling a lot more. Like, trust me, like that shit. That's why when I be home, like I be like I'm on a date or like I'm chilling with one person or whatever. Like I go out sometimes still, but for the most part, like you, I do be chilling a lot now though. But I do have my moments where I still go out.
Yeah, cause just like Cabana's, like, bro, anything can happen at Cabana, bro. That environment, just like niggas always be beefing and fighting at Cabana. Like, you don't know what can happen. A nigga pop the trunk one day, boom, like that could be your life, like a straight bullet, like that easy. And you got to think about shit like that because that's where we from and that's what we see.
Like that girl Niecy, RIP to that girl Niecy. She got hit. She was an innocent bystander like a week or two ago. She ain't had shit to do what was going on. It was on 16th Street. I think it was cross street from Social on 16th Street, and she got shot. She ain't had nothing to do with anything that was going on. And it's just like, damn, bro, like be in the wrong place at the wrong time in the wrong area, but this is where we live, where we from.
That's why you gotta stay up out the way for real, bro. But we can move on to Past the Ox though. But yeah, definitely RIP to Dominique though. But let's move on to Past the Ox.
Song of the week for me. It'll be Rod Wave All Week.
And mine is Run It Up by Seddy Hendrix, bro. If y'all haven't listened to Seddy Hendrix, definitely get on Seddy. That nigga slides. And this off his new album. I really didn't like his new album, but this song definitely slide though. This one featuring G Herbo as well. But I think
G Herbo got caught on some federal fraud charges.
It's a fraud scheme, yeah.
Yeah, fraud stuff.
Happened.
what you call it too? Casanova. They pulled on Casanova like a day or two ago too. The FBI.
What are they doing? Like, what's like the details?
For Casanova, I think it was also fraud, racketeering, all that type of shit. And I'm like, it ain't no coincidence that they pulling 2 high-profile people in the same week within less than 72 hours of each other. So, and you know the FBI, if the FBI wait and get you, they got something on you. Especially when it comes to fraud and racketeering and all that, your name attached on something.
Because I heard they was using fake IDs or something when they was trying to go out of town or something like that, or go over to another country. So I don't know how that got them in trouble.
I don't know. Shit traced back to you somehow, some way.
Definitely traced back to them. That's crazy. Especially being so high profile, if you feel like you wouldn't have to do that. Like why you need to use another nigga ID or use somebody else's ID? Is like, you got the money. If you want to go somewhere, go somewhere. Like, why are you doing fraud? Like, you own, my nigga. You own.
Never know.
So and then I really thought about like that one. What's that one saying, bro? You can take the hood out the nigga, bro, but you can't take the nigga. No, you can take the nigga out the hood, but you can't take the hood out the nigga. That's really how it was. Because this nigga didn't have to do that. G Herbo, he from the hood, but he got money now. He own. He out the hood, but he still doing that hood nigga shit. Like, why? Why are you doing that? Nigga, you're clean now. You can do whatever you want. You got the cheese.
Some of them get that urge to be like, I still feel like I could be on that. I still feel like I could eat that way too. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know. It ain't right, but that's a lot of their mindset sometimes. But I definitely want to read more into it and see what happened though, because like you said, I highly doubt they had their name attached on shit like that. They probably weren't groups of people who was doing that shit, so their name probably attached by association, and their name is bigger. They're people gonna always try to arrest the bigger name person. But yeah, I definitely want to see if they actually had their hands in that. If they had their hands in that, they got to know better, dog. But if they was just involved with the people who was doing it, then it's like, hey, you were just involved with the wrong people.
Yes, sir. And I think that's it for the podcast, bro. You can hit them with the social media.
You can follow us on Twitter at QE Podcast 1. You can follow us on Instagram at Q_and_E_podcast. You can follow and like our Facebook page, Q&E Podcast. Don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel. Click the notification bell so you can see anytime that we drop new episodes. Our email, QANDEpodcast@gmail.com. For any business inquiries, questions, concerns, fan mail, we'll get back to you on there as soon as we can. Quincy's Twitter is Q_Hicks3. Mine is Edgar Martin 97. You can follow Quincy on Instagram at Q Hicks Production, and you can follow me at Edgar Martin Official. Shout out to MTMV Sports.
Yes, and subscribe to all of our podcast platforms. We're on Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, Spotify, iHeartRadio. So definitely rock with us over there. Subscribe to my YouTube channel. I'm almost at 150 subscribers, dog. I'm so appreciative of that, bro. We getting closer and closer to 200 by the day, bro. We're at 129 on the podcast, so definitely subscribe to the podcast as well. But we getting closer, bro. We got to keep growing, bro. Keep going. So we appreciate y'all for that. And I think that is it for anything. Anything you want to
It's almost Christmas time, so me and Quincy gonna try and think of something for y'all for like a holiday sweepstakes thing. It might not be the whole 3 winners thing like we did for the anniversary, but we're gonna have some type of contest for at least one winner for something. So
most definitely, bro. And I think that's it. We'll give y'all more details on that probably next podcast. Definitely more details. But we appreciate y'all for listening, and we out. Peace.